On Sunday last week, I decided to, after having a Ayurvedic health practitioner's consultation, the first time in 10 years actually, to check on my health and see how it was. I've had digestive issues due to the nature of my illness that I had in 2012, 2013, 2011. And what I decided to do was go and have a consultation to see how my gut health was due to the nature of I had issues with my skin. See that, but issues with my skin. So the skin is usually, in my perception, a form of when it breaks out to problems like that. It's generally because, for me anyway, I have toxins in my body, and due to the nature of my drug abuse, I'm not surprised that my toxins are built up and they're looking for a way to get out. My liver can't process them all, so they've been stored in my fat cells, my parts of my body, and as I'm not losing weight, but as I'm keeping myself in shape and also detoxing, the body's pushing all these toxins out, and I can't get rid of them fast enough. I did about 3 weeks ago now. I did 9 coffee enemas in a row in 9 days to help my liver to detox and to produce glutathione transferase to help also to push into my liver to help it to give it a break, pretty much, and to heal it, because I know it was working harder than usual, to get rid of these toxins. I decided to have this Ayurvedic consultation, and part of that process was, for me, I was given dietary protocols for starting my Agni, my digestive fire, to get it working again to a place where my body was working at optimum, right? But my practitioner, Anya, told me about Psych K, psychological kinesiology, and the work that she'd done with someone in Paikakariki up the coast from Wellington, and what her experience was. And I was enthralled. I was like, wow, okay, that sounds like something I want to get into in regards to, so I have some limiting beliefs in my life that make me feel as though they're keeping me from being the man I want to be, and also keeping me from being, in some way, also keep me from being in the world the way that I want to be in the world. And I decided that, well, it was time for me to address these limitations in regards to beliefs in a way that was so deep and so powerful that I reached into my subconscious mind, found the beliefs that were limiting me in the way that I felt they were the limitations, blah, 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 the limitations in my life that I felt that were keeping me from being the man I want to be, and pull them out and replace them with beliefs, affirmations that, to me, create the foundation for the man that I know I am, and in a way, and live my life in a way that has the integrity, has the authenticity, has the realness. Is a good one. The realness that I want to live my life by, and feel as though I am doing exactly what I want to do, without limitation, without limitation of belief, and without the limitation of the programming, the software programming that I received as a child, growing up in a house with an alcoholic father who was verbally and physically abusive towards me, and also the limitations that I had due to the sexual molestation that I had as a child, and then my continuation of that continuation of that process and that actual pattern in my life until I was 11 years old, and I found that was wrong to actually to have sexual acts at that age. Well, I would never know because I was never told. And of course, for me at the time, if I told somebody about what was happening to me, I was terrified of being, I already had in my life someone who was saying to me, I'm gonna who wanted not to kill me, but someone in my life, and my father, that was so abusive towards me. I was just terrified most of my childhood, from about 4 to about 9 years old, of many things, my life was just, I was living my life on edge constantly, because I was under enormous trauma and stress. So, and this is part of that process, the belief patterns come out through my skin. So I decided to go to a place where I was able to have the work done through the psychological kinesiology, to pull the software programs that have been stored in my being, in my mind, pull them out by the roots and replace them with beliefs that strengthened the man that I wanted to be and who I was becoming, and pull the limitations away so I was able to be exactly who I want to be. So I went through this process of psychological kinesiology, or Psych K, on Sunday last week in Pakariki, and it was very profound, and also very easy to move through. I'm very good candidate for muscle testing. I've got a very good connection to kinesiology in regards to my bodily response to it. So therefore, the process for me was very interesting in the fact that I was able to go very deep, very quick. And the one question that I asked, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the one question that I asked in regards to my one thing I wanted to deal with, expanded out. When I opened up this Pandora's box from this one belief, it expanded out to 15 other beliefs. Incredibly, 15 other beliefs came out of that one Pandora's box, and I expanded myself and my awareness into this belief to a point where I was able to address so many other beliefs that I did not even know that I had in my life through experiences and trauma that I experienced in my life, from places that I would never even have expected to have had these experiences, and also to know more about who I was and how my experiences in my life, even though they might have seemed like they were just purely experiences to me, have had an effect on me, on my sense of what is enabling me to put a barrier, to put a boundary, to put a place where I felt safe, being limited in the way I was not being seen in any way, any more than I have been. Because I've always felt, for me, before maybe 5-6 years ago, I felt if I ever was seen by people, I felt unsafe if I was seen, because in my childhood, my inner child felt if it was seen by my father or by my neighbor who was sexually molesting me, it would end in tragedy. I would be either verbally or physically abused or sexually abused. So for me, to be seen was not a good thing at all. I would want to be in the background, not being seen, not being seen, not being seen, not being seen. To come forward and go like, you know what, my inner child feels like it needs to be seen and heard, and to heal my inner child. That little boy between 4 and 9 years old, 4 and 11 really, to heal that child, to bring it in, embrace it and say, I've got you, bro. The adult me has got you, and you can feel safe with me. You can be seen. I want you to be seen. I'm going to put you on my shoulders so you can be seen and see the world. I've got you and I love you. No one's ever going to hurt you, not with me around. To come to that place and to begin this work of healing my inner child, going this deep with the Psych K work was pretty intense. But at the same time, as I unpacked that one belief, it became 15. It was incredible to come to that place where I really began to understand that far out, this and this and this and this and this and this and this experience have all had a limiting ability, a limiting boundary on what I choose, how I chose to express myself, how I chose to be seen in the world, and how I chose to share myself in the world. And it was amazing to come to a place where I realized that all these experiences were, like I said before, I would never have guessed, would never even imagined that they had this effect on me that made me feel as though I don't want to be seen, even though I'm pushing myself out there with video, with blogs, with books, with podcasts. Even though I'm pushing my energy out there into the world, I'm still holding back because I don't want the world to see me for who I really am. Even though I'm sharing so much openly and honestly on YouTube, in my blogs, in my podcasts, in my books. You know, this is my catharsis. This is me sharing about who I am, what I'm experiencing. And now coming to this place going like, wow, now I'm really, really open to the fact and to the energy and to the fact that I've dropped into a space where my beliefs have changed so much in the last, 72 hours, Sunday, today's Tuesday, that I'm now in a place in my life where I'm completely fearless in regards to what I share and happy to be seen for who I am and what I've done. I don't give a flying fuck about what people think about me. I couldn't care less. This is me. This is who I am. I'm being vulnerable. I'm being open. If you don't like me, don't watch my videos. Don't listen to my podcasts. Don't read my books, or don't read my blogs. That's fine. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. People will get me. And those people who get me, great, wonderful. Here I am. This is who I am. And dropping into that space of feeling safe, and by being seen in the way that I have on this whole new level due to the Psych K work, has inspired me no end to push even further in my ability to share with the world who I am and what I'm about and what I've created and what I'm creating in my life, and what I'm experiencing, what I'm perceiving, what I'm sharing, everything. I feel as though I have this more of a freedom to be able to truly be myself in a way that's without limitations, or without the fear of being seen in a way that makes me feel as though it's feeling unsafe. I feel completely safe in this new space that I've moved into, thanks to the psychological kinesiology work I did last Sunday. And it's wild. It's wild to come to this gnosis, this knowledge, that by simply doing muscle testing, dropping into the energetic mainframe of my being, locking in the new belief systems into my subconscious mind, that projection from my subconscious mind, my resonance has changed to a point where I feel so much more calm, so much more at peace, and I feel more resonant and magnetic in my energy, that I know that by now doing these videos, doing my podcast again at some point, maybe, and writing blogs again, and then finishing my books or writing more books and sharing my energy in these ways, it's really changed a lot for me. You know, I'm just happy to be me, and to know that my inner child is safe, and bring my inner child up, put him on my shoulders, and let him see the world through my eyes and his eyes together, and feel completely safe. Amazing. Psychological kinesiology, very, very powerful modality. And I would definitely, if you have limiting beliefs in your life, or you want to work through energetic blocks in your life, it's a very powerful modality, and I would definitely recommend that you look into it and do some research into it if you're interested in removing blocks, removing belief patterns, and healing in a way that's deeply, deeply expressive through the subconscious mind, and the resonance that you bring out to the world, and taking action on that resonance in a way that brings you into a place where you are being your most fulfilled and fulfilling service to others and to spirit. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. Matewa. I'll see you again soon.